Greetings, Gosus. It's Redmage here from It's Gosu. Going to give you a little bit of an open boxing today for the great Bioshock Infinite Ultimate Songbird Edition, which is always cool because, you know, I love to collect little action figures and statues and toys and things like that. So I had to get the Songbird Edition because I just needed one more thing to put up on the wall there. So really looking forward to it. So we're going to cut this open here. Now, for those of you who don't know what Bioshock Infinite is, because you've been living under a rock or whatnot, it is the third game in the Bioshock franchise, which was the groundbreaking game set up by Irrational and 2K some years ago with Bioshock 1. Amazing water effects. If you have yet to play the Bioshock franchise, I highly recommend it. And this one is not set to disappoint whatsoever. So we're looking into the box here. Immediately we're going to see a lot of the insignias and things. They've kind of gone with a different look with Infinite. As you can tell, it takes place more in the air as opposed to underwater like you did in Rapture. But here we go. We're going to pull out the action figure first. I call them all action figures. Statues, whatever, it doesn't matter. I call them action figures because it just sounds cooler. But here we go. Here's the Songbird Edition right there. Bam, look at that. One of the key bad guys here. They got a lot of really interesting artwork along the side. That's the other thing that really got me into the Bioshock realm, was that they have all these really cool styles of art there. It's almost like they're back in the 20s and 30s right there. So there is the magnificent bird. All the way in the back you can see his wings and things like that. Very good sculpting on this. It's, you know, 2 or 3 tone, so it's not an overly in-depth color scheme for it, but I'm sure we'll find something for it. So we'll set that right over somewhere. My room is a frigging mess. So I just got new stuff to it. And now pulling out the next set. Alright, we actually have the actual game, Bioshock Infinite, right there with your lead character on there, which is always kind of cool. And, you know, it's the biggest thing about this game, too, is that this is supposedly the AI companion of all time. Like, it's supposed to be the greatest companion you've ever had in a first-person shooter. She's supposed to not be annoying. She's supposed to actually help and be constructive, as opposed to, we should go that way. We should go that way. Why are we going that way all the time? So I'm really looking forward to it. They've been, you know, looking at a lot of interviews and articles that they've done about it, and it's supposed to be the most impressive thing ever. So we'll see. We'll see how that actually goes. And then here, got the soundtrack. Because there's one thing that I love, it's art books and soundtracks. I will buy a collector's edition regardless of how bad the game may be for art books and soundtracks, just because I'm a big art collector there. So you get a soundtrack, you get the Bioshock Infinite avatar items there, which is pretty cool. You get an upgrade pack for some cool stuff in-game. That's always nice. Well, I think this is the art book right there. So you get the big old-fashioned art book right there. I love that because I love to see the concept sketches. I love to see the way that they go through the process of making their games and things like that. And then we have a sealed bit right here. Oh, it's because these are the little postcards right there. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. I like that. You know, if we seal that back up again. And it looks like they've got a couple of boxes here that we're just going to have to forcibly pop out because you put them in there really nice. I like that. You know, really good box. Murder of Crows. Now, I didn't read up. Normally, I read up a lot about games that I want to play and things like that. Infinite, I didn't want to read too much about. I wanted to read about the companion because first-person shooters with companions tends to be a little eh. But, you know, that's about the only stuff that I read. So I didn't read too much about the plot. Too much about the heroes, the champions in there. So, alright, this little box here actually had a keychain, which is kind of neat. Or is it a USB? Nope, it's definitely a keychain. Okay. Sometimes they disguise USBs inside the keychains there. You never know. So put that back. And then here is the little box, the handyman. Betterman's Auto Bodies. And we'll open that up and see. Oh, yeah, it's a little figure. Because that's another little thing that I like to do, is I like to collect and paint little figures. But that is pretty awesome. So this is for the from Plaid Hat Games. Collectible, not a toy, and not intended for children. Well, I don't follow any of those. Well, except the collectible, but I'll use it as a toy, and I am totally a child. So, there we go. There is your look at an unboxing of the Ultimate Songbird Edition for Bioshock Infinite. I'm Redmage from It's Gosu. Enjoy the game. Go out and pick it up at your local retailers. It's Bioshock Infinite, put out by Irrational and 2K. If you haven't already played them, you can pick up Bioshock 1 and 2 in a dual combo set for the PlayStation 3 or for the Xbox 360. You may be able to get it on Steam as well, but if not, play both the games. You don't necessarily have to play them in order to play Infinite, but it's highly recommended that you do so you understand the world that you're in. But have a great night.